Yo, 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 yo. So, first things first, we gotta address what happened yesterday, and I wanna first of all just start the show by apologizing to anybody that may have been offended by the language and all that ensued. It was not a chill along. It was far from chill. But if you are not there, the summary is basically Riley got riled up. And and the stream became a political forum instead of a football opinions forum. So I want to make sure now that we all cleanse the space and make sure that we keep our conversations to football, because quite frankly, it shouldn't be about politics or religious beliefs or things like that. So anyway, the important thing is apologies from me as a host of this space. I think there's a learning moment. I think also Riley has the opportunity to learn, just like a different opinion, and also maybe or maybe just an opportunity for a dialogue. I think, Riley, let's have an off-stream dialogue at some point. Yeah. I'm gonna just say that first of all and say welcome to the Football Power Hour. We're gonna now start the show the proper way.
Quiet of the night, piano keys whispering low. Let the rhythm take us slow. High, this life is sweet now. From the streets to the sweet now. For la, in the groove we stay. Stand I don't go away. Let the piano play. We never fade away. Soft and deep, we just vibe, no need to speak. Fall forever.
Yo, it's the Football Power Hour. But one of Poppy Styles got the fire. From the land of diamonds shining brighter. Man united love, taking us higher. Kicking all the vibes, this game they thrill. What's one of pride, yeah, the passion's real. they talk too loud and feel chance drowning in the crowd. But here we stand so bold, so proud, feel football fever, hearts unbound. Football power hour, feel the flame. Botswana Papi calling the game. Man United's glory in the fray. Rivals try but ain't the same. Football power hour, rise and play. I'm a piano beats, make the crowd sway. From Gaborone to old Trafford's way. Papi styles leading, come what may.
I'm dancing because today I feel Moroccan. And I won a title, an AFCON title. Yay! I'm dancing because I am Moroccan. Today I feel Moroccan. I won a title. Oh my God. As if there's not enough things going on in football. Yesterday, a bombshell dropped right at the end of the stream yesterday. And the bombshell was the fact that Senegal has been stripped of the AFCON title. So what we saw never happened. It never happened. Like that final we saw never happened. Not in our memories anymore. Erase it. You know what? Like Men in Black. What? Morocco will become the first nation to win a title via email.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the
Yo, if anything, you gotta give it to CAF. You gotta give it to CAF. They're showing us that, like, you know what? That the latest reminder that titles can be stripped. Like, we need to go back and get that Aguero moment and get our title back. Mourinho, if CAF can do it, why can't the Premier League? Imagine this: you win, you celebrate, you have a parade, you win prizes. My God, you win prizes. You win, like there was like the prize for first place and the prize for second place. Like they definitely had that like outlined. The sponsorships, it's incredible. The implications of what CAF has done. We're gonna get into this. I think this is gonna be the meat of the show. But there was also Champions League games going on yesterday. I don't know if you guys heard. Pep Guardiola. He is in the mud. One philosopher once said, eras come to an end. I think we have started to see the end of the Pep Guardiola era. Just like we saw, like, how, like, Mourinho's has been, his career hasn't been going upwards ever since let's say ever since Spurs, you know, Pep Guardiola era has officially come to an end. So this is a crazy like moment that we're witnessing, because unless you know this exit for Manchester City means that they're gonna like really turn up the volume in the Premier League chase and be flawless this, and then make sure that they stop Arteta in the um Carabao Cup final. Like we are seeing, I don't know if you guys are realizing that it's the downfall of Pep Guardiola after 10 years only delivering one Champions League trophy to Manchester City with the money that he spent. What does this mean? Like, it, does he have the is the game is Pep washed? Because I have a strong feeling that he's gonna leave um at the end of the season. I mean, we're already seeing what happened with what's his name again? Maresca. I think City has been already, like they move like a proper club. They don't need to hire. Manchester City is probably one of the only like top Premier League teams that will never hire an interim, because guess what? They got the next two managers planned. They are ready, like they know how to be in charge of a club. And yeah, at some point they're gonna be like, yo, Pep. Do you think I was spending money, man? Like, do you think you're gonna beat Arteta? Because it's interesting to see. I mean, Klopp left. Mourinho. I think Pep and Mourinho came in around the same time into the Premier League, if I remember correctly. If it's not, maybe like one arrived a year earlier. But Pep has been here a long time. And of course, he managed to do what he did with the Premier League back to back. But yeah, his Champions League story, is it a success or no? Because look at what happens if Luis Enrique does a back-to-back Champions League. It makes Pep Guardiola look bad with the money that he has spent. Yeah. And the 115 charges. Professional cheats. Okay, Mourinho came before Pep. Yeah. I mean, when he came to United, obviously I know that, there was the Chelsea stint. But yeah, leave the game before the game leaves you, Pep. That's what Icarrain feels. I feel like yeah, he should follow the Ancelotti blueprint. Spain will soon be looking, if they don't win the World Cup, they're gonna have to fire the coach and Pep Guardiola. Spain will be a great place to go. Guys, there's 22 people tuned in. I hope we have like 17 likes. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's look at exactly how the Champions League action unfolded yesterday. We saw, obviously, while we're on Manchester City and Pep Guardiola, I want to give him, as washed as he may be, I want to give City the flowers for actually putting up a fight in yesterday's matches. City is the team that actually, even with a red card, they put up a fight. it's like they lost 2-1 at home, but on aggregate, obviously it was a 5-1 thanks to the Valverde, performance in the first leg. But what was really, really, really respectable and admirable, rather, not respectable, admirable, from what seeing a team that's a player down, fighting at home and not putting up a fight. That's the thing that, like, I want to just remark about Manchester City's performance yesterday. Unlike the London Cowboys, Huddle FC, um, Chelsea yesterday are embarrassed. They embarrassed themselves. I felt bad, even even though I hate Chelsea. I felt bad because PSG took them to school. They mopped the floor with them. Oh my God. That was not even a contest. PSG were on a mission. Chelsea was trying to do missionary, and they were not on top. Wait, where's my sound? Where's my sound? That was a bad joke. So PSG were on a mission, and Chelsea. I don't understand what is going on with that coach. Honestly, I don't think he has the minerals. I do not think that Liam what does is not going to last that long. Yeah, I'm gonna play the donkey sound for myself, right? Where's the donkey sound? For not having. There we go. Oh boy. Oh, we're gonna come back to AFCON. I was just touching on Champions League at the moment, but we will come back to AFCON for sure. Right now, we're talking about Respectable FC and how they didn't put up a fight. My God. The thing that stood out to me the most about uh, Liam was the fact that I want to show you guys this. Let me show you guys this. Let me show you this. Pardon me if my screen freezes, but it's worth it's worth the wait. You're gonna see. Um the Chelsea manager, he not only does he give great memes, but he gives notes to Alejandro Garnacho on the 83rd minute. I'm not lying to you. Check this out. Oh shit! Alejandro Garnacho is receiving technical instructions. Oh, is it technical instructions from his manager? Bruv, you're 8-2 down. What's on that note? Eggs, milk, oxtail. What is on the what's on that note? What? Find a new club? No, he says. What could be on that note? That's all I want to know. What do you think is on that note? No, seriously. Formation change. Nah, this manager is crazy to me how he uh passed the ball, says Javid. New tattoo idea. There we go. Like there is no way. There's no way you're telling me that sometimes managers don't have this thing. They get into that head too much. You know? They get into that head too much. And at that moment, you just gotta let the game play out. Is it saying I know you're the league? Oh man. Whatever it is that he wrote on that, I think this guy is not gonna he's soon will be unemployed. I promise you, it's just a matter of time till we see Liam on the stands or at the unemployment office. Which sucks because I thought, he came in talking a good game, and it's always a little bit scary if you're the one that talks a good game. You gotta just be quiet and do your thing the way like Michael Carrick does it. Just when you're coming out here being a loud mouth. Premier League is a very, 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 very funny place, and also Champions League. So what was also fascinating is that he's consistently done this when jokes aside, like Ganacho has actually been a bright spark for Chelsea every time he comes on, but he gives him very, very few minutes. And I don't understand a manager that consistently um like he has bizarre, like very, very, very bizarre methods, and talks a very good game. So I think he signed a 6-year contract with Chelsea, but my feeling is that he is not going to see it the end of the 6th year. you know I don't know how he also like justifies the fact that he's actually got a very, very good squad, because Chelsea's squad is one of the deepest squads in the world, you know? So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens with Liam Rossino. But my other surprise from yesterday was seeing Bodo Glimt bottle a 3-0 advantage. Oh my God. Bodo,
My disappointment is immeasurable.
such a fairy tale. I was even just like thinking, oh, if they get through this hurdle, they could go all the way to the final. But boy, was I wrong. Bodo Glimt bottled it, and credit to Sporting. They this game ended in extra time, and Sporting Lisbon. I don't know if Ruben Amorim was on the phone with the manager. What's his name? What's the manager's name? Sporting Lisbon's manager is. Let's find out, shall we? Borges. Is it Borges? Rui Borges. Another Portuguese manager who might have found himself in semi-final if he can actually imagine Sporting beat Arsenal. Didn't they knock them out? I have this memory of Sporting. Ramsdale was the goalkeeper. Sporting, a wonder goal was scored. Sporting was was actually the team that Arsenal was playing. I just don't remember when, but this memory just comes to my head. So maybe Sporting might be the team to do the job. Wait, was it Ugarte? Nah, you're kidding me. Yeah. Please, Ineos, do not go near Borges. We need to make sure that the next manager has to be it has to be the right manager. It's such an important decision to get right. It's better than getting, you know, um it's such a very, very delicate investment, because anytime you buy a player, as I always say this, it's a risk, but a manager is even a bigger risk. And you gotta make sure that that decision you're making it, to the best of your ability. Guys, there's something that's ridiculous. There's almost 40 people watching and less than 10 likes.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
Really? Who are you? Who are you guys, man? Like, I want to know. I want to know. Like, also, what, man? What language do you speak? you know, maybe I hope there's a translation. Hit the like button. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, Sporting Lisbon, your trajectory will now be the one that's focused as the underdog. Um, you know, I want to see what if they can uh if if they can what's the word, if they can like just keep Arsenal, man. Let's see who's playing the home fixture first. Sporting Arsenal. When is this game gonna happen? April 7th. And oh, damn it. It's the home game is in Portugal. I mean, the first leg is in Portugal, pardon me. What does that mean? The home game is in Portugal. The first leg is in Portugal. And then home game advantage goes to Arsenal in the second leg. Damn it. Maybe. I guess the next team is gonna be the one that will beat Arsenal, because I don't know. The way it's set up. I would have preferred it the other way around, but it is what it is. The last fixture to talk about from yesterday was obviously Arsenal beating Bayer Leverkusen 2-0 at the Emirates. Eze had a wonder goal, long range effort that yeah, it was very, very, very commendable. Um you see what happens when you invest. Arsenal put down the money. They got the player that can step in when Odegaard can't, and Eze sealed that. Before the Eze goal, Rice had scored, and it was still like Leverkusen were kind of in that game. But as soon as Eze said, no, was it Eze that scored first? I think no, Eze scored first, and it was the Rice goal that sealed, like the moment it was 2-0 versus Arsenal at home. It's kind of like the game is done. So Salty says we need Odegaard back so Eze can be benched. Says yes, sir. That goal was cold and so nonchalant. Yeah, very, 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 very good goal. So yeah, Leverkusen have themselves to blame. I mean, I think they scored a home goal. What an important goal at home, and when they got to the Emirates, they crumbled, and that is why I have reservations about Sporting. If this fixture was the other way round, then I would have a lot more confidence. But we will see what happens because also Arsenal are fighting other battles and maybe a weekend Arsenal versus Sporting. If Sporting can get maybe a 2 or 3 goal advantage at home and just defend well, we know Arsenal is not a really free flowing attack kind of team. They would want to get as many corners as possible. So yeah. Anyway, and then obviously today there's more Champions League action, and unfortunately I will not be able to do the watch along today, but hopefully maybe somebody might. Wink, wink. Barcelona plays Newcastle. Bayern Munich plays Atalanta. Liverpool plays Galatasaray, and then Spurs plays Atletico Madrid. So definitely a lot of spotlight will be on the Barcelona Newcastle game because that's the one that's in the balance. Anything can happen in that game. It's just a 1-1 result that Barcelona have to make sure that they score and don't let Newcastle outplay them. Because Newcastle could do that to you. They have this thing about cup competitions, It's starting to become more and more clearer to me. The Newcastle in a cup competition. Yeah. They're not to be effed with. So Barcelona gotta watch out. But of course, if Lamine Yamal is feeling himself today, obviously they have Rafinha as well. They have I think looking at the only setback that they have is the fact that what's his name? Frankie de Jong would have been very, very useful for Barcelona this game. But he's out with a thigh injury. He'll be back later this month. And he'll be a great miss for Barcelona. But if Lamine and Rafinha do that job and Rashford can come in as well and do his job, Barcelona will be through. We will be there. Hopefully we can do like a little review of round of 16 in its entirety after today's fixtures. But this game is the one that will have the most spotlight. Anthony Gordon as well, Harvey Barnes. These players can show up. So yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how Hansi Flick's football will be exploited by the pace of Jacob Murphy and Harvey Barnes. Yeah. Bayern Munich are pretty much through because they go they're defending a 6-1 lead. 6-1, You could play you could say, all right, guys, everybody's resting. We're gonna put SLD, Vegeta, Oba King. Assassin, Titanium on left wing. You know what I mean? 6-1. That'll be the biggest implosion if Bayern Munich ever let Atalanta. So like that, pretty much through to the semis. Liverpool is the one also that will have a lot. I think that's the team. That's the fixture with the second most spotlight for today, because they have to overturn a 1-0 deficit at home. Anfield is going to be behind that back. The only prayers that we're praying today is that Victor Osimhen must rise to the occasion. I see what Oba King said, saying Newcastle must rise today. Galatasaray must also rise. Victor Osimhen, you have to show why you're quality today. Yeah. Can Liverpool really do it? Do you guys think Liverpool Football Club will come out victorious? If they just score one goal, the first goal, it's gonna be peak. Galatasaray defenders will be crapping their pants. And it goes to extra time. Liverpool is going to win. But Osimhen must rise. And Galatasaray must do the Lord's work. Oh my God, that was loud. I think the Lord's the gods have heard. Big up to you, by the way. If you're just tuning in, thank you for being here. Don't forget to do the important thing of hitting the like button. The last game to speak on is Spurs versus Atletico Madrid. Woo-wee. Another 3-0 mountain to climb. Let's be real. Spurs Football Club. Well, can you beat Real Madrid?
So we don't have the
Atletico Madrid, pardon me.
So we don't have the capacity.
Even if it was Real Madrid.
So we don't have the capacity.
Any Madrid. You know? Spurs do not have the capacity to beat Atletico Madrid. Let's be real. It'll be a miracle of miracles if Richarlison is feeling himself. Solanke. Xavi Simons special. Nah. That's not gonna happen. Atletico Madrid are pretty much through, just like Bayern Munich. Let's be really, really serious right now and say it's just a formality. And let's see if they put up a fight like, say, Manchester City did. I predict there'll be a red card, probably, what's his name? Van de Ven, if he's available. He'll get a red card. Or Xavi Simons. Bodo, somebody's going to get a red card in that game because they're just there to participate and they might as well leave us something, right? Yeah, and that is, I feel like, sort of how I my take on the fixtures today. And to sum it all up, Barcelona will win 2-1, making it 3-2 on aggregate. Bayern Munich will win 2-0, making it 8-1 on aggregate. Come on. Galatasaray will win on penalties. Spurs, prepare for another thumping. I think Atletico Madrid will score maybe like 2 goals, 3 goals. Yeah, it's going to be like one of those 3-1 type games, making it a 8-3 aggregate scoreline. Those are my score predictions. We will be drinking Spurs tears, hopefully Liverpool tears, as well as Newcastle tears later. I'm going to put the link in the chat in a moment, but I want us to talk about the main thing. Africa, 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 Africa. If you don't know, let me just contextualize this by just saying this. Um, yesterday Morocco was given the AFCON title after Senegal forfeited the game. I use this in quotation marks, right? Because there's a whole narrative, there's a whole way you can paint this, but let's just give context really quickly. Okay, let's start from not yesterday, but let's back up a little bit. I want to take us to March 5th. What happened March 5th? CAF announced a rescheduled dates for the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations football tournament. Okay. So where was this tournament supposed to take place? Morocco. Well, you don't say.
Oh, hi. Wait a minute.
So you're telling me that there was supposed to be a women's AFCON in Morocco, and it was supposed to start yesterday. Okay. Let's unpack this a little bit from this article. So the original tournament was due to take place in Morocco from 17th March to the 3rd of April, but has been rescheduled in the light of certain unforeseen circumstances. In the light of certain unforeseen circumstances. Okay. Well. So I'm not a detective, not the smartest guy on the street, but Morocco refused to host, and CAF had to reschedule a tournament. And then on the other hand, Morocco is now being given a title. Well, could these two events be related? I don't know. But certainly something fishy is going on, and something disgraceful is definitely going on, because right now the world is laughing at how the administration of African football is running. How do you do 2 months later? 2 months later. 2 months later, you're trying to. What is this? What is this footage? Guys, what are we looking at right now? Sorry if it keeps on pausing. Let me know if the footage is playing. Whoever did this is wrong. Whoever decided to reverse the award ceremony is crazy. This is why I love the internet sometimes. I'm saying this. History will now remember that Morocco will be the first country to get a trophy, an AFCON trophy, from a boardroom. How are they going to do this? You got to celebrate via Zoom? The crazy part, by the way, about this is the fact that Morocco continued to play, right? I believe the decision should have been made on the day. right? If there's this thing called Article 5.2. I did a little research, and Article 5.2, just if you just go on Google, matter of fact, let me just show you. Just go on Google. Boom. Article 5.2, right? According to IFAB, International Football Association's board, by the way. This is the body that's responsible for the laws of the game in football. IFAB, okay? So Law 5.2 states that a referee's decision on facts connected with play, including whether a goal is scored and the final result, are final. These decisions must always be respected and can only be changed if they are clearly incorrect or in specific areas if a VAR reviews it. Key aspects of IFAB Law 5.2. Finality. The referee is the ultimate authority on the field regarding play. So if the referee is the ultimate authority, he should have said, okay, Senegalese players walked off the pitch. Senegalese players, you guys forfeited the match. That's how it's supposed to be. But the referee continued the match. Morocco took the penalty. Diaz took the penalty. You're telling me to forget this? Fuck out of here. What? This moment? I don't know what CAF is doing, but they don't know. But clearly incompetence is ruling. You know what I'm saying? So the scope, the second key aspect of IFAB law is the scope. It includes awarding goals, disciplinary actions, and the match result. Third aspect is respect. Players and officials must accept these rulings. Players and officials must accept these rulings. Well, unless Article 5.2, Law 5.2 don't exist, that was written by IFAB in the 1800s, don't mean nothing. I don't know how the hell you're going to tell me that the referee's word is not final. If, for me, when we were watching the game, I was one of the people that, even though I was sympathizing with the injustice that was going on, I was like, guys, don't walk off the pitch, you know? And they didn't even walk off completely off the grounds. Sadio Mane was still there. There's actually somebody, this journalist, let me share this. He was talking also on this. Let's listen to him. He gave a very interesting story about in the something that's happened again in the continent, but on club level. Check this out with me. Big up to Eddie, who just joined in, by the way. Shout out to you. Shout out to Will. Big up yourself. But check this out. Okay, so
let me tell you a story, okay? This is not the first time that CAF is going through this. 7 years ago, we had a Champions League final in Tunis between Esperance Sportif and Wydad Casablanca. I'm sure you didn't watch it. You may not even have paid attention to it if you're not into African football as I.
This guy is an expert, by the way. Look at Simon Jordan's face, looking baffled, looking like This is how Pep Guardiola looks when he's at home. anyway. But let's listen to the story.
Okay. In the second half of that game, a goal was scored by Wydad Casablanca. The referee, Bakary Papa Gassama of Gambia, who was one of the top referees in Africa at that time, disallowed it, saying he said it was offside. The players of Wydad walked off the field for 1 hour. 1 hour. And that's the first time in the history of the African Champions League that happened. They made every attempt to get the players back onto the field in Tunis. They didn't come back. And Papa Gassama, the referee, was a World Cup referee. He's a very good referee. He then declared the game abandoned, and he gave a 3-0 result to Esperance.
Yep.
After that result,
You guys hear this? Okay, 1 hour, 1 hour. That was crazy, man. Only in Africa,
was declared. The normal thing would be, if you're not happy with the result, you go through the football justice system, which is to go to the CAF disciplinary committee, the appeals committee, and then the Court of Arbitration for Sport if you're not happy with the verdicts of either. Do you know what the CAF executive did in June of that year? The CAF Exco met in Paris for 2 days and then decided, oh, you guys are going to go and replay the game. What? Without going through a football justice system? Just sitting down in some room in Paris and deciding that you're going to overturn the decision of a referee on the field? Of course, this matter was taken to CAF, and CAF rebuked CAF for disrespecting the laws of the game and their own statutes, and told them to go back and follow the proper justice system. And of course, Esperance won at every point.
So given all that,
Guys, you hear this anecdote about Esperance and in the African Champions League? CAF is for me. I'm see Vegeta, my brother. I always, I love the fact that we have representation from the CAF president, Patrice Motsepe. I always tell strangers or anybody that I'm meeting, I'm like, yeah. The CAF president, he's from South Africa, but brother, this that just happened under his presidency, the stripping of Morocco of a title under his presidency, is a stain on his legacy, and I am ashamed at the moment to just say, wow, you're letting this happen under your watch, Patrice Motsepe.
Yo.
You hold on, let me play your intro music. You just like pop out like, yo. Bruh. What are you saying about your countrymen, bro? What are you saying, bro?
Bro, you know what? I'm actually glad that he showed his hand, bro, because they wanted this guy to run for presidency of our country. Such a weak man.
Damn.
A man of no ethical standards. A man who builds his house on sand, and when the turbulence pulls up, everything falls down. A man who just bows the knee.
Damn. So now, how do you feel about first of all, like this thing, bro? Like, is it I don't even know how well, like what to begin to ask you about it, because it's just such a like a jaw dropping moment. If anything is like, we already celebrated, like why do you let the celebrations happen and then do this? And
So
you go ahead.
I've got two feelings, bro. Like one, I'm sickened by CAF, bro, because it's bad enough that we always have to keep proving ourselves as a continent, as a people, and all our leaders keep doing is letting us down, bro. The
Mm,
stigma of us being nothing more than a bunch of corrupt, incapable people will never leave us, because this is all we do, bro. And even if it's not all of us, because it's on such a big scale, this is what people are going to think of us. Oh, look, they can't even organize themselves for a tournament.
mhm, mhm.
That's the stigma that this is painting, bro. These people were so desperate to flip and win this thing. They're stealing towels. They are pulling people down. The referees are looking the other way. Now they've even got, you know what? If we can't cheat on the pitch, we're going to cheat off the pitch. Like, what level of desperation is this to win a trophy, bro? If you are good, you're good, bro. If you're not, you're not. End of.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. They decided some money exchanges, some transactions have happened.
It's so blatant, bro. It's so,
Some
it's
meetings
so, bro, and it's so funny, bro. It's like the corruption in 2026 across the board is
yeah.
out in the open, bro. It's just like, what are you guys even gonna do about it? Which is true. What are we gonna do about it?
Yeah.
These people are so shameless with it, bro. The corruption is so blatant. And then you've got people who like, yeah, this was the right decision. I'm like, bro, you're happy that this is what Africa is going to be seen as. Because of what, bro? Because of your morality. What even morality are you following, bro? If this is what is right to you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what sort of matrix brainwashing do you think that this makes sense to you, bro? What these guys just did. But can you imagine that? God forbid, but if when Arsenal wins the league, then they say, you know what? City complained. They complained. So we awarded them the league after the fact. What? Bruh, you think anybody's
What the
gonna take the league serious?
hell?
Bruh, nobody's taking the league serious. They'll call the league a farmers league to say, oh, that's what they do in the Premier League.
Yeah.
You complain and they give you the cup, even though you didn't earn it.
Mm-hmm.
Say less, bro. But you know what, bruh? For me, it's left a bit already. I don't know if I was on the channel on the final day. I think I was.
Yeah.
I was pretty upset.
Yeah.
And I said, look, if Senegal's gonna walk off, stand on business, bro. Because my issue with corruption is that when there's an opportunity to do something about it, people go, nah, let's just carry on. We'll talk about it. Clearly, the lengths that these people go to be corrupt, what is talking gonna do? What is bowing the knee gonna do? What is, brother? You have to do something drastic. And these guys should have stood on business, bro. Even when people are like, oh, look at them, it's so noble, their captain is calling. I'm like, yo, shout out Sadio and all, bro, but look at your life now, bro.
Yeah.
Now you just look like a clown because they made you play that game just to take it away from you anyway. Bruh,
Yeah.
you should have just stood on business and said, nah, bro. If you are this thirsty for this trophy, just have it, bro.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
this thirsty for it, bro? Just have it, bro.
Yeah, but then, like, how do you even celebrate that? Like, for me, if I was Senegal, I'm not returning it. Like, do they make duplicates of the medals? Like, are they, like even the
They're not
president?
taking my medal. That's for
Huh?
damn sure. I'm petty, bro. I'm keeping my damn medal, bro.
I'm like, I sold mine.
I'm putting it in a Swiss account somewhere, bro. You ain't getting you ain't getting my damn medal.
you know, it's like now, like it's crazy. The significance of this is just wild when you think about it.
I really hope Bafana doesn't even participate. I don't even care if they do, but good luck, bro. I don't care about that competition anymore. All I'm saying is United, bro. Don't let no damn people go to AFCON, bro. We've got our competitions to focus on. No time to entertain no Mickey Mouse competition. No
Yeah,
damn time.
yeah. I mean, quick little detour. I just shared the link in the chat, by the way, for anybody that wants to hop in for the next 20 minutes. We're here. But like while you were talking United, you heard about Tonali. I don't know if this is actually true, but I saw word that trending that Tonali transfer request. His agent is definitely looking for the next move for Tonali because I don't know if he actually handed in a transfer request, but he's open to a transfer, and the club
I wouldn't be surprised.
the club
I'm not
is
surprised.
seriously looking for a move for him because he's in his prime, and Newcastle won't be in Champions League next season. Like what
Nah.
yeah.
But besides that, but remember the circumstances around him joining Newcastle. He had that whole betting thing going on in Italy. So this
Yeah.
was just meant to be like not the same, it's not comparable. Please, guys, don't misunderstand me. But
Yeah.
when Greenwood had his situation, he kind of had to leave the country. You couldn't just stay there and business as. So I think even with Tonali, I don't think maybe Newcastle would have been his first choice,
Yeah.
but they were in Europe and it was just a good distraction to get away from the situation. So I'm not surprised that he wants to bounce, bro. I don't think he looked at himself and says, I'm a Newcastle player. I reckon he looks at himself and says, bro, I could have played for City. I reckon
Yeah.
I could have.
Or I think he wants Champions League for like he's just like for him, he's at that point in his career where it's like, oh, I need to be played.
So if Newcastle were to hypothetically get that, would he stay? I don't know, bro. It sounds like he's been trying to leave
No,
St.
they're
James
not
for a while.
getting it. Where are they? Do you see where they are?
No. I'm just saying hypothetically, if they were in a position to do it, I don't think it. I think he just wants to leave Newcastle, bro. They just not that club.
Interesting.
They're not the club, bro.
Interesting take. Okay. Either way, like I feel like we should at least put our name in the hat, betting
For him,
betting involved. Like I feel like we should.
yeah, he's a cold midfielder. Him and Bruno Guimaraes, bro. If you get both of those guys, bro, you're cooking, bro.
Yeah, but he'll bring drama and also like he'll bring control in the midfield. So and physicality that we really need. So yeah. Anyway, let me bring in my brother from another mother, the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, men like Connie in the house.
Yo, what's good, buddy?
Big up, my G. What's cooking today? We eating today. Eating while cooking.
Let me give you a little trick. Let's check.
Let's see. Oh,
We
okay.
got some fish in there.
Uh-huh.
Salsa, of course.
Of
You know how we
course.
do.
Yeah.
Keep it home. And then this is just some chicken breast for my son. He's got a
Nice.
football game. Then we got the
Nice.
vegetable, and there's an African vegetable called impua.
Nice. Okay. And with the salsa, like, that's that, like, for anybody that's wondering, that's like we're still like halfway through. It's not
Yeah, it's not done yet. Yeah.
It's one of those that you eat with your hands, I hope you
Exactly.
eat it with your hands, bro. Like,
Of course, bro. What are you talking about? I'm from the West, bro. Come on. What are
Yo,
you
so
doing?
you gotta teach him the
What?
African way, the proper way.
Exactly.
Anyway.
And he likes the small fish. You know the sardines we have in Zambia, kapenta.
Yeah, kapenta.
That's all it does. So I have to get that shipped in from Zambia at least twice a year, in like a 5 kg.
Yes. Oh,
We are.
you just gave me an idea for when I go to Botswana in April.
Oh
But
my God.
anyway, talking about Africa, bro.
No, let's not talk about Africa. Let's talk about friendship. Let's talk about the importance of friendship. You called me my brother. Bro, how long have I been your brother, bro?
As from the womb, bro.
Where's my mother?
Where's
You
your
never thought. Where's my mother?
bro?
I'm not senior enough to be a mod on your channel.
You don't need to be a moderator.
Let me
I'm so glad you brought this up.
Let me ask you a question.
Go for
I
it,
held
Kenny.
it down here for. I mean, I'm not the talkative type. I don't blow my own horn. I'm just saying, when you go no, Vegeta, let's leave him. He's already suffering. He's already wearing a Yankees t-shirt. He's already cooking himself. He's cooking Africa while wearing a Yankees t-shirt, whatever. I don't need to pile on, so it's all good. All I'm saying, when you're done with the show, go and look yourself in the mirror. Go take a good look in the mirror. That's what my dad used. Go look yourself.
Are you saying Africans can't wear no baseball top? What are you trying to say, bro?
You're not about to slander Africa wearing another country's t-shirt. You should have wrong choice of clothes, bro.
Especially when that country's got beef with some of our countries, bro. What's wrong with you? Bro?
Exactly. Wrong choice. You're not about to do that.
You call us cousins, bro, and you wear the enemy's colors, bro. What's wrong with you, bro?
It's about the message, okay? Okay?
No. Listen, let me tell you one thing. You're from Southern, bro. We're from Southern. Vegeta, you, me. We know the teachings. If one of your brothers has messed up, you don't air it out in public, right? Mm-hmm. So here now we're bringing it out to air it out, but you ain't gotta wear the other people's colors. That's exactly what you're doing. You trying to come out here with a star-spangled banner.
I bet you that cap says make the country great again. I bet you this one.
I gotta tell you this. Me, even at 7 years old in Botswana, I was rocking a baseball top, bro. I gotta, it's just how I don't know what part of you were in, but
bro, I don't care when. I don't care when you were really mentally colonized. That's your business. So when you bring it to the man,
let me be me. That's my business. Let me be me then. Shit.
Nah. Bro, where to start? Me, I'm so pissed off with the embarrassment of this whole situation going on, bro. The thing is, it also looks like almost like like those what are those humiliation rituals in Hollywood, bro. Like, I swear to God, it can't be. These guys cannot be serious. We have very competent people, very educated people, and these kind of decisions just seem as though they're decisions that are above them, made for them. These are not decisions that people. I fail to believe that Africans would do this to themselves. You know what I mean? At that level, to know, bro, even that once you've made that decision, it's like when you walk out the door, girl, I'm going, okay, bye, then, and then you go. You got to live with it for at least a day or two. So if they made that decision 2 months ago to overturn it, knowing the level of embarrassment that would be brought over the tenure of our South African brother, over Africa as a whole, bro, I don't think they can make these decisions. So I don't think these decisions are even coming from them. It's some sort of blinder to something bigger, bro.
Oh, you think there's a bigger power at play here?
That's what I'm saying. Like, these decisions cannot come, bro. You cannot tell me grown men can continuously make these decisions at this level, bro. I'm telling you. And old boy Pinkhead from your head, he's been messing up in Iran, and the FIFA dude just gave him a peace prize. So he messed up in Iran right now. So they need something to, like, what are people going to talk about? Humiliation ritual. Put a dress on Denzel Washington or something.
Bro,
you get what I'm saying, though.
I get what you're saying.
Bro, listen, it's very easy for us to sit here every day, just bash Africans, leaders, the corruption, bro. These people don't even have the power to make this decision. First of all, when you look at it, Morocco boycotted. Obviously, like, we're not going to host Women's Africa Cup after all the fans, after all logistics have been made, after everything has been made. And they held a CAF, obviously, like, handcuffed. And then they couldn't react. So who's making that decision now? FIFA should come and make that decision now, of course, or some sort of intervening body. Morocco should get more sanctions. They should have gotten sanctions from the towel incidences.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They walked away with it. So now this. So it's all in open play, bro. So it's very easy to sit here and just go like, oh no, these African leaders, oh, they brought this or that. No, let's not sit like we're blind people, bro. There's no way. These are educated Harvard, Oxford, and whatnot scholars who are in these positions, bro. Like we're endowed people, bro. You know what I mean? We can't make these decisions on a normal stance like that. Yes, there's corruption everywhere. God damn it.
What do you think now is going to happen? Because now Senegal, they've obviously responded. This is what they wrote, by the way. They said, the Senegalese Football Federation denounces this unjust, unprecedented, and unacceptable decision which discredits African football. In defense of its rights and the interest of Senegalese football, the federation will initiate as soon as possible an appeal procedure before the Court of Arbitration of Sports in Lausanne, so CAS. So the FSF reaffirms its unwavering commitment to its values of integrity and sports justice and will keep the public informed of developments in this matter. So now Senegal is appealing the decision. Is the appeal going to be heard?
No, because
they reverse.
But here's one thing. If in order for there to be a winner, one has to accept defeat, right?
Yeah.
So the players that the powers that play here have outplayed their hand, bro. You know, they thought it would go smoothly and it hasn't. But that's why I like what's happening. People are pissed off. No, oh, Africa, dude, it's an embarrassment. No. This will now open up everything that's happening because there will be a party that will feel very harshly treated. If Senegal if it's final, they literally strip it out after this appeal or whatever. There will be now stories that are coming in because they'll be bitter, bro. Then we're gonna hear exactly who was at play to make those decisions, who actually made the decision. Because no matter what, going forward after the coming few weeks, the president of CAF and his committee should resign because that's a very incompetent decision. You cannot, they've broken the rule book of football, and to come back on their decision, on the ref's decision 2 months later, I think you there? Yeah, 2 months later is totally incompetent, bro. Like that's a sacking. If somebody made that decision, so you'll be sacked for that. So they need to resign. So this is bigger than we think it is, and we will see who's at play at the end of it all.
Yeah,
that's why the embarrassment. You know, like when they say like it's better when shit hits the fan, then now you gotta clean the house. This is it.
Exactly, it's a messy house, bro. Do you realize that 3 months before the World Cup, the Morocco coach resigned? So it's like now, does this mean that Morocco coach is a winner and now he should like it's just so multi the consequences of this reversal of the title is there are a lot. The
complications that they've put themselves in cause for them to resign. The entire committee that were had any executive powers to this decision. This is first and foremost.
Yeah.
And now imagine, because if they have to be forced to resign, then we're talking about we're talking about a situation whereby the wrong decision now is being made here today. So we're talking about reversing it back to Senegal.
That's crazy. Now, last question to ask you before I let you go is this.
You gotta love Africa, man. I love my African people, bro. Drama, bro.
So Mazraoui has a medal.
Yeah.
Does Mbuma say anything? Does Ahmad say anything? Do they congratulate, or do they just like I'm just curious about that dynamic. Like,
no. But like the thing is that the thing you're not understanding. I heard you even when you talked about earlier on, bro. Players are like the pawns to this game. You see those Mbappe 1 million per week. That's chunk change to what football brings. There's nothing. They're pawns. That's why players, bro, have you ever seen players can't even have a decent interview, bro?
That's true.
They're gagged. That's how much of a pawn they are, bro. They're gagged, bro. They cry every
No,
day,
but
red
like, you
card,
know
this.
what? No, even if you say that.
So I'm going to a point. No, I'm going to a point. I'm going to a point.
No, I know
No,
the
listen.
point you're going to.
No, but you're
I
not.
like,
Yeah, you don't. I didn't see. You're a Yankee. You're not Jesus yet. Yeah, you going to Nazareth now? What's going on?
No, I'm
on
saying.
you today.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Say
So
your
listen.
point.
No. Listen. What I'm trying to say is this: the players know it's bollocks. They know it's bollocks. They're laughing. You know, the players have reached a point whereby they understand. It's like they understand that the house is a mess. You check, but they're just trying to do what they can to survive. So even the kid that's being mistreated in the house, they still mess with him. They laugh with him. They love him. They give him food when the stepmom ain't giving food, type of thing. You know what I mean? So the players know exactly that the house is a mess. They're laughing. I'm pretty sure half of the Moroccan team would not want that trophy in these circumstances. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Any decent person would not want it, bro. The medal like this, like it's.
Yeah.
And then do what? And then do a summer parade? Shameless. Bro.
Real shameless.
Aura forming shameless, bro. Parade.
Yo, Eddie, big up Eddie.
Yo, big up guys. How's it going?
Bro.
Can you hear me properly? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kenny just made an interesting point, man. Because I was just that's the point I was going to bring up. Like, how are these Moroccan guys gonna have how are they gonna take this trophy and still have the honor of showing it, right? Can you imagine, like, when the players are trying to talk to like the grandchildren, trying to like say, "Oh yeah, we won this cup in this year," and then the grandchildren will be like, "Where's the footage? Where's the replays of you winning?" They're going to have to make some AI footage, you know. They're going to have to. I reckon Braheim Diaz will get some AI footage to edit his Panenka that will actually go in.
edit the Panenka, move the keeper to the side.
Yeah. I can see this guy being that shameless, because you guys have talked about the towels and all that cheating they were trying to do, man.
No, they are. The thing is, at the level of shamelessness, I wouldn't be surprised. I saw in the streets of Marrakesh, they're going pee, 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 but you can see that others are looking at them like really, like it's like it's the young people. Of course, they can get excited like that, but you see in other cars, the more like adult and more grounded folks, they're more like, no, this is not really what we want to do here, you know. So no one really wants to even get that. Like, I'll be amazed to see a player post. I want to go on Twitter and follow these Moroccan players to see if any one of them has actually gone like hooray or Hakimi or whatever, you know what I'm saying? African champs 2025.
The only thing that I saw yesterday was Braheim Diaz, like as he was leaving the stadium, because obviously this decision was announced towards the end of the game, the Champions League game, and he had a little smirk. You know, this guy was like, "Oh, Diaz, champion of the whatever AFCON champion," you know, and he was just like, because he's probably the most relieved player out of all of this. Like, it's just like, well, you know, my Panenka is not so costly after all. Like,
but again, Eddie, you see, this is where now you ask those other conspiracy theorists that came with that other angle that, oh no, Diaz just did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Because if he did it on purpose, why would Morocco go back to now, you know, stronghold CAF into giving them the trophy 2 months later? You know?
True.
So he really
no,
wanted,
for a moment, I
to,
thought that during the game, I thought, oh, that's what they were discussing. You know, that's what the last 15 minutes they were like, all right, you go put the ball in the middle and let him.
I thought that as well. You know, I thought they were feeling guilty because they knew that Braheim dived for that pen, and obviously Senegal got that goal just before disallowed. I was shouting at my TV. I'm Nigerian, right? You know what I mean? I still cared for Senegal getting screwed in this game because obviously we're all African, isn't it? So obviously you still want to see some justice done for the integrity of the tournament. I was also going to say as well, I don't get the statute of limitations on what's going on with this decision. Like, has it been like a couple of months, right, since that final? Like, shouldn't there be a deadline for appeals? How can it carry on this long, right? Senegal got away with it, man.
Yeah, but the thing is that you're right, because look, the funny thing is that the only decisions that can be overturned after the ref's decision can be things like bookings, suspensions, not match decisions. You know, not match affecting decisions. Those the ref's decision is final, or the officials as a collective's decision is final. And on the day, they decided to call back for the game's sake and for the continent's closure to continue the match. Because Sedumane stayed, they called other players, and it was a decision made by the ref and in agreement with the Moroccans. They played, they missed the penalty, they continued to play.
Yeah.
You know?
Right? It became competitive again.
It became competitive again.
That should compromise their appeal then, because they carried on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now their appeal comes with stronghold in CAF by saying we don't feel like hosting the women's AFCON. And I think,
and that was that's the angle now Senegal is appealing in with, saying, well, they also continue to play, so like you know, like where do we go from here, you know? So
do you reckon Senegal's got that proper appeal money to appeal the appeal properly? Like, I don't think they got that money.
Yeah, but I think Senegal's got, they might not have the money, but they have a lot of legendary in footballing sense that if a number of Senegalese legends, they can influence the whole Western revolt. That's the thing I was telling boss. Like, I'm happy this has happened because the number of injustices that have been going on in CAF, it blows the lid off for us to now like really take out the bad, you know, apples.
As we heard about the African Champions League game earlier on, that was decided in Paris that, oh, you guys are going to go play again because it didn't suit the result that they wanted, you know. So yeah.
Because for me, one thing is for sure that what us Africans don't really do well with is signing NDAs. We chatty patties. So as soon as somebody is out, we're going to know who makes the decision. It's going to be all out there now because it was tight, sealed, but now they've made a mistake. Because clearly, you can't tell me, Eddie, that educated people can make this bad decision. I feel this decision comes from above them because they know any African who's head of African football should be well educated or well morally conscious enough to understand that this decision is going to reflect negatively on the continent, on our people, the village. For centuries, we're gonna look bad. It's like, bro, you don't want to look bad and outside people like stay in the house. Why are you dressed like that? You can't leave the house. You can tell your cousins, your little cousins, like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Big folks out there gonna see you walking out like that. They're gonna think we don't, you know. Put on my shirt if you ain't got a clean shirt. Get my shirt if you ain't got a clean shirt. Here's a shirt. You know, you ain't going to the wedding with us dressed like that. That's when the uncles' suits come out, you know, like 2 sizes bigger, you know what I mean?
You mean like Pep's shirt yesterday? Remember Pep's shirt? Looking all
the
big.
Pep shirt.
That's an uncle shirt.
He looked like he was about to like go to like a repair store to buy something like that.
Bro, he looked like them mechanic uncles always with the cigarette bald head. He knows everything about a car, and he never touches the cigarette. He'll be fixing things. The cigarette is right.
That's too funny.
That's
And
mad.
like what Kari was saying, Vegeta is saying this is giving Mdlanga Commission vibes in South Africa. The corruption played the wrong hand and it lifted the lid on the corruption. So hopefully there's a trickle effect that goes in the pot, that ends up redoing and reshuffling African
Yeah.
football,
Can I just say real quick, yeah, but I mean, I think you probably mentioned it before. And I think we all know as well, as long as the continent keeps allowing like the European influence, like the fact that you said the Esperance game, right, had to be discussed in France, like as long as like you got corrupting European forces like that are dealing with African matters, there's going to be this injustice or like that's going to keep happening, man. It's just obviously they have the money and the influence to keep controlling African issues, but you've got to change that. You've got to change because they don't care about how the African competition looks. It's not representing European. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Anyway, other than that, what do you check out Champions League yesterday or no?
Yeah, as I mentioned, right, I was watching Pep's team just get. I mean, you know what? I was about to say Pep's team get killed, yeah, but it's like that performance overall, yeah, it was good for 10 men in isolation. That performance for 10 men was good, right? 100%. But obviously, he lost it in the first tie, innit? Like, you could debate like with 11 men, they probably could have given they could have made it competitive, yeah. But Bernardo Silva just he had the instincts of just an idiot, man. Like for a captain to do that.
I mean, crazy. The ball was going in, and he was like, maybe it's the Premier League. The decision will go towards Man City again. I think that's probably what was going through his head. And the officiating did not go Man City's way this time around. Because
that's crazy. That's crazy. You're really disrespecting VAR, man, on the English side, isn't it? Yeah.
Bro, there's so many
that's been bad.
That's like leave you scratching your head. They'll be like, "Oh, it just hit him." Like they'll come up with another justification. In my opinion, that decision goes City's way in the Premier League. So or maybe it's just a goal but not a red card. And like that's probably what would have happened. But at the end of the day,
can I just ask you quickly though, right? Just in general, I know we hate City, yeah. But don't you think it would be nice not to have like red cards for stuff like that? Because you still want to see a competitive game, though, surely, for the spirit of the game.
Nah.
Okay, what do you think? How about a sin bin? 20 minutes off the pitch. Yeah.
How about a sin bin for you? Coming up with a suggestion like that. No red cards. No, man. But Bernardo Silva is practically trying to be a goalkeeper. How about a sin bin? You take the sin bin, Eddie. Big up yourself, bro. Blue card. Eddie wants the blue card. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button if you haven't done so yet. And if there is any ounce of fear, guess what? Replace it with cheer, because the one and only Bali Tech is here. Let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Wagwan Bali Tech.
What's good? First of all, everybody smash that like or smash the hype button, because every like Bots gets a new wife.
So, oh my God!
we want one of them ones where Bots comes to the door and then 100 kids run to the door and then they're like, "Daddy, Daddy's home." You know what I mean? We need to keep him busy after YouTube.
You're too funny, bro. Yo, that's 20 kids, you know. Oh Lord.
No, 100.
Okay, let's get into 100 likes.
Yeah,
Bro.
you'll be trying to rival Genghis Khan. You get me?
No, that'll be crazy, bro. No, the Eswatini king is he's let me see, how many wives does he have now? Let's check. Let me just check. Eswatini king have right now. He is on, oh my god. Okay, 11. He has been married 15 or 16 times in total. He currently has 11 or 15 active wives.
My hero.
Mama mia. 30 kids. Over 30 kids. Yay! Jesus is Lord. That's too far. He needs help. Anyway. Let's speaking of Africa, bro. Let's go straight into the AFCON story, bro. Senegal was stripped of that title. How like, yeah, how do you take this news?
I take this news in the sense of, yeah, disappointed for Senegal. Obviously, they work hard to win AFCON. They stripped the title of the youngest manager to win an AFCON, and he obviously their manager made history when he won it because he's the youngest manager. So I think it's diabolical because you've basically given it to a team after the game. Like months after the game, and I could understand. The only way I would understand them doing such a thing is if it came out that half the Senegal team was on drugs, and they had performance-enhancing drugs. Then I would say, okay, cool. I can understand why you've overturned the result because that's not a fair contest, right? But since nothing like that has come out, since we can all see that Senegal actually won the game in real time, I don't understand how you essentially email a trophy to Morocco. Oh, by the way,
Zoom party. You were saying, by the way, what?
by the way, we've emailed you the trophy. Yeah, you should see it in your email. Download it.
Refresh.
Yeah. So I don't really understand how that is going to be perceived. To me, that's the most horrible way to achieve an accolade, and it's not like from the start the tournament was corrupt anyway, and FIFA was duplicitous in this corruption. Yeah, you had the president of FIFA sitting next to the king of Morocco, and whilst they were doing scummy things in every single game, these men sat down there and was enjoying it. And rather than getting them to actually stop the things that they were doing, they were allowing it to continue. And not only that, they allowed Morocco to strong arm everybody as soon as they lost. As soon as they lost, all the Moroccans, the press in the Moroccans refused to conduct any form of interview or show any respect to the Senegalese. They all protested by, as soon as the Senegalese manager walked in, all of the Moroccan press walked out. The king refused to hand them the trophy, and all different types of bad sports, as well as all the bad sporting things.
For real.
Yeah, the whole country acted like little kids from losing this tournament, and it was from the hierarchy all the way down to the lowest level. And for me, like, it's absolutely nasty work. And if this thing doesn't get overturned, in my humble opinion, which I very much doubt, but I think everybody should unify to either pull out of the World Cup or pull out of the next AFCON or pull out of something, because I don't think if they can let the Moroccans refuse to host the female AFCON because they wanted the trophy so bad, or they wanted the result overturned so bad, and they've actually forced them to put the female AFCON on a different date, that alone should come with fines or docking of points or getting kicked out of future competitions and whatnot. But because FIFA want to be corrupt, they're going to take it off them. So my thing is, as a footballing community, it's either you pull out of the World Cup, or as a collective, you pull out of the next AFCON, and all the other clubs say, we're not playing or partaking in AFCON. All the biggest teams say we're not playing in AFCON unless you give the last holders the rights to their title again, because the whole thing is diabolical.
Yeah, 100%. It's a real diabolical fiasco that they're doing, and for me, I'll be looking at it to see, okay, if what you're saying is like, if they reverse it, and then like, what's going to happen afterward? What are the ramifications of this? Because now the whole thing is just like the lid is off, and the world can see that there is a problem here and something needs to be addressed. What also, like, now I wonder is Morocco as a nation, how will they be treated moving forward?
No.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
So there is like, right now there's a petulance vibe that I'm picking up. Oh, we don't want to host the women's AFCON because we were cheated in AFCON, and unless you give us the title, then we won't do. It's such a very, very bratish, spoiled, entitled attitude that unfortunately it's looking like that for Morocco, but I'm sure there's other Moroccans that don't feel like that. There's other Moroccans that wanted to compete in a fair and just way, and those are the people that I feel bad for. Those are the people I feel bad for, the small, like what Kani said, the pawns in this, big power play, that where now for me, when we started the show earlier on, I was like wondering, I was like, hold on, does Mazraoui have a responsibility to be like, oh, I do not accept this medal? Then I was like, nah, he's just a small fish in this. And I'm glad that Kani brought that up, but it's a thought that came to my head, because like there is a little bit of a social responsibility as well that players have, and the power that they could probably also maybe do to be vocal about some of these things. What do you think about that?
The thing is, it's not Mazraoui's place to go against his country like that. These things, you should be protecting the players by making the right calls in the first place. Why is Mazraoui gonna denounce his AFCON trophy that they've gone like God knows how many years? Like I forgot how many years they was on a drought for, but I know it was a very long time. So how's Mazraoui gonna denounce it when they've emailed it to him? Because it might be seen as going against his country also. I obviously, Carney must have seen different things, and in the sense of like he might have seen some things from other Moroccans that are not quite agreeing with it, and maybe some of the European Moroccans are the ones doing so, but the ones that are on the ground, I'm pretty sure they're all in unison that they believe that AFCON is theirs. They wanted it so bad. Their actions, everything they done during that time, you could see that they wanted it so bad that they was willing to do corruption, cheat, lie, steal, whatever the case may be, take a man to court and do whatever. They were against everyone. The hostilities that they showed to every single players at airports, at wherever they were, in train stations and everything. Some of the hotels that they were putting up, some of the other countries, other nations in, like, diabolical things. And at the end of the day, yeah, they done this because they wanted that AFCON so bad. So no, you can't put Mazraoui in that funny situation where he has to go against his country in order to be on the right side of justice. And that's the thing. So I personally wouldn't advise Mazraoui to do that, because at the end of the day, he's still got to go back to Morocco someday, right? He's got a family. He don't need them type of problems. But the powers that be, they're the ones that need to actually look at this situation and say, do you know what? I can't take this yellow envelope that you gave me before the tournament. I can't take this yellow envelope the new yellow envelope that you've produced after the tournament. I can't take the yellow envelope that you've given to us in the appeals court. Yeah. You guys are so desperate. How about all these yellow envelopes you're giving us, yeah? How about you invest it into becoming better footballers, so that the next time AFCON comes around, you're a better team and you can win the tournament fair and square, rather than you trying to cheat so hard, right? You lose the final and then you blame everybody apart from yourself on the pitch. Like, look at that banger that my man scored. Why didn't any of your players have the capabilities or the capacity to smack that banger in? None of them did, and that's the truth. Yeah, their best player Panenka to into the keeper's hands. That was the best that you could produce in the final. That was your best that day, and unfortunately, your best wasn't good enough, even with the referee support through game after game after game after game after game. Man's Panenka in it to the keeper. That was your best. And unfortunately, that's not Senegal's fault that you had the nation, the referee, the TV, the FIFA, the ball boys, the groundsmen, the hotels,
the journalists,
everyone. You had a flipping army. You had the CIA. You had the FBI. You had Donald Trump all on your side. You had the American army, and you still couldn't do it, That's your fault. That's a you problem.
Disgrace. Valitech. Yeah, man. Nah, very, 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 very big stain on African football by this decision. So we will be watching to see what happens, after this. Let me bring in Abs really quickly as we wrap up the show. Vegeta says AFCON is tainted. Oh my days. Thinking of another AFCON makes me sick. Yeah. Body tag is he was preaching. It's like, what are we gonna do? As Body Tech was saying, are we gonna now move towards like boycotting AFCON? Levy, let's bring in Abs and hear what he thinks. Big up, Abs.
Yeah, I mean, to start with, exactly what the last caller said. Sorry, I don't know his name.
Yeah.
Every other, I'm sorry, I'm going to make a separation because, generally saying they make a separation anyway. We're all Africans. We all know what it is. So I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Every black African nation should not turn up to the next AFCON until no. It's not even about because look, well and truly, this is gonna go to CAS, Court of Aberration, sports. They're gonna reject. They should really just give the trophy back to Senegal like they did in 2019 when CAF tried to do the same sort of thing again, right? So that should happen. But even after that, for this attempt, everyone should not go. Plus, they shouldn't come back until that vice president leave, that Moroccan vice president leave. The most powerful man in African football right now. Controls how much things? Because let's be honest, we know the president he's there for money. We know the president's there for money because we saw everyone's body language and reaction when they had to give that medal to Senegal from the FIFA man. All of them were disgusted to do it.
So Patrice Motsepe is the president, but then the vice president. I didn't know this until you mentioned it right now.
And look at everything he's got his hands on. The most powerful man in football in Africa.
Wow. So CAF vice president, guys. This is how he looks. This is him. So Fawzi Lagja from Morocco is the first vice president of the Confederation of African Football. Yeah, this is
yesterday I was so angry in it. So I went on Twitter, I went on Google, I started doing my searches. If you guys have any time to realize how much things his hands is on, obviously he's part of the whole investment that Morocco has done to make football better for them, the stadiums, everything else, right? But if you have to think about it, he would have been key to them going, we're not doing the women's AFCON 12 days before the tournament has already been set. Can you imagine all those countries that have booked the hotels, booked training pitches, flights, accommodation, all of that 12 days beforehand?
The fans that have that are trying to
fans that have booked tickets, travel, accommodation. These guys kicked up a stink and said, we're not doing it. And by the way, there's other tournaments that they also threw on there and said, we're not doing it, right? With the youth tournaments as well. Plus, apparently, either the next AFCON or the one after is going back to Morocco anyway.
Wow.
Right? They have done enough, right? Moroccans, I'm not being rude to you individually, but when you guys are doing tournaments, the Arab tournaments, Arab Cup tournaments, why do you need to be in Africa? Don't be in African tournaments if you're not going to do this. We watched the whole tournament. It was undefensible, the decisions they were getting, the nonsense they were doing off the pitch. And yet they still had the cheek. They still had the bravery to then go, we're still gonna appeal this. You didn't appeal it on the match. You didn't appeal it in the match. Yeah. You all agreed to restart the game. No matter how much you think about how much minutes was taken, all of you decided to restart the game because you had a penalty and you thought you were going to score it and win. By the way, do not forget that in the stadium itself, with the graphic they had on the top, when Braheim Diaz was going up and took the penalty, it went goal Morocco. Morocco are the AFCON champions.
I didn't even notice that.
There's a video of it. It did it. Then they took it off when Mendy caught it.
You're kidding.
The whole thing was set up for Morocco to win. And then to make it worse, you've upstead all the fines for Senegal, you've kept. All the fines for Morocco, you've reduced or removed. Then you're giving them the title. All this is embarrassing. I have had to turn around and say one person is right about AFCON. Yeah. I've actually had to share it. He's obviously had fun with it last night with the post he put up, Carragher. But we have no leg to stand up. And people don't question Moroccans. I mean, I don't know how I would feel, but you know what? There's this talk about Man City their titles are gonna be removed, and obviously we finished second twice, so we will get a title. Now, would I go on the street and celebrate that as a United fan? Hell no.
Hell no.
But would I say, yeah, I've got some? I've got extra titles. Yes, I would.
Yeah.
But Moroccan people, they've been in the streets, driving around, flags, beeping the horns, all of that stuff. They're already doing it. And the worst thing is the way they've tried to release this on Champions League night. so that it's almost ignored because of all the big games that are going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now what happens when Senegal, please, I beg you guys, get your act together. Do not allow this embarrassment to continue. Go get the right lawyers, overpay if you have to, go do your appeal, make sure that the thing's coming back to you so that they can get double embarrassment.
100%.
And like I said, even if you get the title back, every black African country must not go to any AFCONs until that man is removed there. Because as long as he's there, these problems are going to continue.
Damn. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Ab's very, very strong propositions. Boycott. It's not just Senegal that needs to respond. There's responsibilities on the other African countries. And he boycott AFCON, like I'm starting a movement right now. And honestly, that until we all unite, nothing's gonna change. Let's conclude the show with Young Papi. Big up, Young Papi. What are you saying, bro?
Yo, I'm late to this shit, actually. I was just seeing what was going on.
Yeah. We're talking about Senegal being stripped of the AFCON title, which is crazy. What do you think about that? Because, like, I mean, were you there yesterday in the stream?
No, I wasn't. I actually just messaged you what had happened because I remember asking you if you was gonna stream, and you were saying like, I can do, but blah blah blah. And then so right before the games were starting, my internet just, I don't know what's going on with it, but it's been something that's happening every day. So I called the internet provider and all, so hopefully that's gotten all sorted. Hopefully. But like I have internet, but it's times during the day where it would shut off, and it shouldn't be doing that.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't live in no third world country and all of that there, so
What did the third world countries do? Third world countries are like, what the fuck you say F me for? Oh Lord. so yeah, bro, like that's a crazy occurrence of this, like I don't know if they're trying to make us, like, they're saying now Morocco won 3-0 versus Senegal.
Well, that's literally just the forfeit score line. That happens with anything.
But I'm like,
who scored the three? Like, who scored the three? Because I'll take the hat trick if it makes me the top goal scorer on top of that.
Right?
Give me that trophy too. Like, strip that trophy too. Like, strip it all.
but it's just hilarious. It's just like unfortunate that it's a comedy at the expense of the integrity and reputation of African football. That's the part that breaks my heart as an African, as somebody that wants to see African football just being taken seriously, wants to see more investment in African football. It's like that. Those things seem more and more further away when things like this happen,
Yeah, from a mutual point of view, like, obviously I see all the comedy with it and all. However, we all have eyes, we all know what we saw. So, you just don't let it go in a sense,
Yeah.
You know what you saw, like your eyes did not lie to you.
Bruh. Crazy.
So they could try to rewrite history how they do with any other topic, but your eyes did not lie. They cannot pull no Mandela effect on you,
100%. Bro, big up, my G.
Big up yourself.
Let me echo Young Papi's words and say the eyes did not lie to us. We watched the game. You can't erase history. These cheats, they need to be called out, They need to be called out. All of them, from the top of the organization, Patrice Motsepe, we denounce you. The vice
Morocco
president.
won 3-0, man. Morocco won 3-0.
I wrap up, bro. That's crazy, bro.
They won. They won 3-0, bro. They won.
Man,
Corruption got a hat trick. Corruption got a hat trick. That's what happened, didn't it? Corruption got a hat trick.
If they want just
3-0.
another extra time, they should just say it. Just ask for another 30 minutes to be replayed.
But my ultimate thing was I'm gonna say is that Jamie Carragher is bouncing into CBS studios, bouncing into work, justified about what he said about AFCON. It's gonna be a mad thing. Because he had to grovel and apologize on CBS Studio and retract on Sky. So now he's gonna be bouncing into work, justified. AFCON's a joke, bro. It's a joke, man. You have to be real.
That sucks. That there's and Jamie Carragher is a representation of these many other people that think.
That's what I'm saying. It's jarring, man. It's jarring.
Because you know how
with corruption, I always say to everybody, people have done it already. Follow the money. Follow the money. You find your answers in it. And now people follow the money. It's a Moroccan Don ruling, has the most power within the board. So, of course, he's going to try and hand it to Morocco. But yeah, hopefully Senegal lawyer up properly. Yeah, and just maintain keep the trophy in it.
Yeah. But if you bet money, what does this mean? Do you get your money? Do you have to refund? You know what I mean? Like, you talking about following the money made me just remember that there were people that put bets of money on the final result. How do you proceed? You know what I'm saying?
I'm more talking about funding and where the money, who's funding these organizations, blah blah blah. Yeah, so that's what I'm mainly talking about.
Yeah, but
I'm not talking about betting patterns. I'm not talking about betting patterns. None of that. But yeah,
I understood.
But it's just a stain. It's just a stain on Africa. It's a stain on man. And Carragher's justified now. He's gonna eat. He's either going to do one thing. He's going to do the Saki I told you so, or he's going to run riot on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. He's going to run riot.
Damn. Okay, SLD says I should search something on YouTube. Let's see. Pizzo Mosimane versus Morocco. Let's see. All right. Let's watch
I think they got rewarded that trophy as well. I think, something like that without the game.
Okay, there it is versus Morocco. Boom. Well, okay, let me share this. Boom. We might as well get familiar. Big up yourself if you're just tuning in, by the way. Kind reminder to hit the like button. And let's see what this clip is all about.
Botswana has given Mamelodi Sundowns their first victory in Group A of the CAF Champions League. Coach Pizzo Mosimane
Premier League.
No, I think this is
he does Premier League, isn't it?
No, it's South African Premier League.
Coach, your analysis of the game tonight.
Yeah, but he does the Premier League show, man. It's the same woman, yeah.
Oh, you're talking about
she does the Premier League show. That woman,
There's a lot of testing going on. It's been getting very, very, very aggressive between the two teams. One of the members of Wydad Casablanca has just been standing here to try and hear what Coach Pizzo is going to tell us, the media. So it's very, very heated here. People have been fighting all the way into the tunnel as well. It's okay, Coach. It's pretty much the atmosphere that's been throughout the second half of this game. Very testing. They were fighting with the ball boy. They were fighting going down the tunnel. But first, before we get to that, let's hear your analysis of the game.
Yeah, it's a Champions League game with big emotions and all the things. They do this to us in Morocco. They do this. We go anywhere. Everybody bullies us. It's about time Sundowns come up and play Champions League. They do this to us. We don't find ball boys. They come to South Africa.
Oh, the African Champions League, the Moroccan team still doing all that.
We know what to do.
This is standard for them.
Yep, it's a standard.
Ball boys doing the mad thing. Oh man, nah, they definitely need to be boycotted, man.
Right?
yeah, definitely need to be boycotted.
Yo, what do you say? You know, Trek. What do you say? With all respect, like, listen to this.
As we give it back, gone are the days.
Is that what you're also saying to your players going down the tunnel during the first half, saying, why don't you do this? Because it was that gamesmanship you were talking about pre-match.
No, the North Africans, they are always bullying everybody. Always. They bully referees, they bully everybody. They don't want to lose. They're going to lose tonight. We beat them fair and square. 2 legitimate goals, they must go home. When we lose in Wydad, in Casa, we don't do anything. We walk out properly. What is all this? Wydad is used to winning and pushing and bullying the referees and bullying everybody. Not in Atresville.
Damn.
They got a reputation. Listen, this is what I'm saying. I heard it is all that. And listen, they're not proper Africans and that. I've heard that for years. Even yeah. That's been going on for time, innit? They wanted. Do you know they left the African Union, Morocco? You know that.
Oh damn!
They left the African Union for 20 years.
I hear you. Wrap up. If there's anything I'm trying to cleanse the space off is political discourse. So let me say big up to everybody that hit the like button. Shout out to that coach. Coach Pizzo is he's so passionate, you know. And I think at the beginning of the interview, he's trying to fight somebody. He's probably seeing a ball boy passing by, you know. But that's the kind of like passion that you want from a coach. Shout out to him, man. Everybody also that commented, that hit the like button, that shared their opinion. Thank you for making today's show very, 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 very insightful, and very like there was we touched on very, very different topics from different angles. So I really appreciate that. And we will end the show with this video right here. Enjoy. This is how Morocco won AFCON 2025. Look at this. These guys are gonna like try to rewrite history, you know. Yay! Boycott, wrap up. Are we boycotting the next AFCON or what?
Boycott. Morocco gone.
Morocco gone. There we go. You know, unless things don't change, also AFCON, we need to have a conversation. So big up, you guys, and yeah, we out. Peace. Football Power Hour.